We're privileged to be able to be here today with Mr. Cameron Fox, the head of American International School. And Cameron would like to give us a introduction as to how the ESLRs, our expected school-wide learning results, developed, and a bit of their history. Can you share that with us?
AIS is of course accredited by WASC, and part of our accreditation process is to go through a self-study. And part of the self-study is to develop a set of expected school-wide learning results, and that's really why they're here in the school. The current ESLRs, the ones that we're using today, were revised in 2006 when we started on our last self-study. And the process involved everybody in the community having a look at the goals of our school and the existing ESLRs which were in place from the previous self-study. We went through quite a dialogue with parents and students, with teachers and the school's administration. And over the course of several months we revised and refined the statements that were in place, and also developed better descriptors for the type of program that we were building in the school. So these ESLRs were written and developed so that they were accessible to everyone, so they could be understood, so they could be supported and followed. And I think we did a reasonably good job with that. Everyone seemed to be content and happy and clear about what we were trying to say about the school. And as a result, these revised ESLRs were then adopted at the start of the 2007-2008 academic year.
Okay. Certainly knowing how the ESLRs have been developed and how they're being incorporated into the school today is important. Can you please share with us how they're reaching all of our students through teaching and learning?
Well, the ESLRs are holistic, and as a result we look for the ESLRs to reach students both through the curriculum, the academic program at the school, as well as the student support systems which are in place. Teachers consider the ESLRs very carefully, and through vertical teams which put together teachers from the elementary, middle school and high school together in their academic disciplines, they are engaged in a process of looking at the ESLRs and finding ways where the ESLRs can be introduced, taught, measured in terms of their curriculum programs. So that's how we're integrating the ESLRs into the academic side of things. The ESLRs are also very public statements of the school, and as a result we have them posted across the campus. They are posted in every classroom, and they're also included on the school's website and all other publications that the school makes.
Okay, as we incorporate the ESLRs across the school, through elementary, middle and high school, one of the questions that we have is, how are they being measured, and how will they continue to define the progress of students at AIS?
Well, Tim, the ESLR statements are being developed by the staff this year through their vertical teams. Each vertical team is looking at global citizenship and developing a set of statements which are student-based and will be reflected in their curriculum development over the next year or so. That process will obviously have to continue for the other remaining 3 ESLRs, but at the end of it we will have a set of measurable statements which can be included into the curriculum, and of course will be reflected in the way that we report student progress.
Across the 3 schools, how do we know that students are successful in meeting our expected school-wide learning results?
The simple answer at the moment, Tim, is that we don't really know. We're still very much at the early stages of this process in making sure that our ESLRs are consistent, are strong, that are being measured and students' progress towards achieving them. We're still in the early stages of that. I know at the high school, steps have been taken to recognise student achievement towards the ESLRs in recognition. The students have been given awards at the end of the year. I know that the advisory programme and the homeroom teachers are making comments on the students' report cards about progress they've made towards each of the ESLRs. But at the moment we're still in the process of really articulating what the ESLRs mean to us. Once we have achieved those ESLR statements, I think then we'll be able to see much more clearly how our students are progressing towards meeting exactly what the ESLRs are talking about.
The AIS student support team is very new, and we'd like to know how it's been developed and its mission today in effectively reaching student needs through our expected school-wide learning results. Can you share about that?
Well, we started pretty much in these roles together, didn't we, Tim? You were appointed counsellor, I was appointed principal at the start of the 2007-2008 year, and the school ESLRs were already in place. So, if you like, the mission for the school, building academic development, building holistic education for students reaching these ESLR goals was clear. And I saw very much that we needed to use ourselves as leader and counsellor to build a team who were going to focus high school faculty on our attention on driving these things through. So the creation of Dean of Students became an important part of that, so that we could work as a team. We have two deans. One is responsible for the grade 9 and 10, one is responsible for grade 11 and 12. And as a team, principal, counsellor, deans, that for our size of school works very well. We coordinate the homeroom advisors and the homeroom advisory program. And so keeping our attention focused on what the ESLRs are and enabling our students to be very cognitive, very focused on what they are, is our goal, to enable homeroom advisors to deliver a program that is helping students to develop as global citizens or as well-rounded individuals, or to utilize their skills and their knowledge to become empowered thinkers, whether it be about the decisions they're making, actions in the world, or their choices as a high school student as they progress through the curriculum, and their choices in getting ready for university.
We're privileged to be here at AIS with Ms. Kristin Erickson. Kristin is one of our homeroom advisors who we value and giving us strong feedback and understanding as to how our program, our advisory program that runs every week of the year, is reaching our students. Can you share with us an example as how one or two of the ESLRs are reaching the students through the homeroom activities that we provide?
Yeah, Tim, I see a lot of growth in the students throughout the year, and actually it's nice because homeroom advisors stay with students all 4 years that they're at AIS, and so it's a gift to see the development and growth of a student over the long term. One of the activities we do in homerooms is the all-school debate, where every class takes a look at the debate topics and prepares about 10 students to participate in the debates. And I really enjoyed that last year. It was fun to see our students get involved in a homeroom competition that challenged them to use their critical thinking skills, their debate skills, to learn more about global issues. And I think that really helps us create more well-rounded individuals and global citizens, which are two of our ESLRs here at AIS. Not only so, but also we focused on the anti-bullying issue last year because we had some bullying events that took place at school, and so it was nice the homeroom program could kind of go along with that effort in the school to reinforce the fact that we want our school to be a safe place for students.
One of the dynamic things about a homeroom advisor is their ability to reach students not only in student support and character development, but also academics. one of the things that we do to help the ESLRs reach students academically is through homeroom comments. Can you please share with us about the process of homeroom comments and why they are powerful to our students in their development?
Yes, Tim, the homeroom comments are very useful, and I've spoken to some parents at conferences who've said, well, thank you very much for this extra information down here. It's something that you wouldn't necessarily know. The homeroom comment goes at the bottom of their report card. It's kind of a summation of all the student activities and the contribution they've made to our school at the time of the year when the report card goes out. And it's a chance for teachers to get to kind of praise the students for what they've done well, and also to encourage them to grow in certain ways that maybe they haven't taken advantage of yet at school. And I know that a lot of students have taken that to heart, the advice that we give in that point, or have really appreciated the encouragement that homeroom teachers give along with the homeroom comment. And that's a powerful way for us to stay in touch with not only the student but their parents and communicate how we are involved in their lives as well. The ISP is called an ISP because it stands for Individual Student Plan. Every student takes time during homeroom to plan out their future at AIS. So they'll plan out what classes they want to take in the subsequent years, and they'll also go back and kind of see what they've done. And so they can check off graduation requirements and also help themselves plan for future careers and interests within our school and where they want to go in the future. They also plan out where they want to go for Adventure Week and what type of community service or leadership positions they are aiming for in their future at AIS. So it is overall kind of a holistic plan for where the student wants to be in their the end of their time at AIS.
Okay, last year, as you see here on my ISP, I'm a grade 9 freshman year. I took 2 maths, Algebra 2 and Geometry, which this year I can take pre-calculus. And I want to take calculus in grade 11, and that's pretty much what I want to do, because in my university I want to become like an engineer, so I want to major in maths.
Hi, I'm Rosaka Kato, and this is what I'm planning to do during my grade 10 summer. Since our school goal is to be an effective communicator and to be a global citizen, I decided to go to a summer camp during this school grade, and I decided to go to UK Cambridge, where now Cambridge University is the top universities. And then because going to that summer camp, I think it will help me to learn how to adapt to that situation quickly, and I get to learn about more new things, new culture, and I think it will be a really good experience to be a more effective communicator and a global citizen.